It's the 26th of November, 35 degrees, and I need another layer of warm clothing. I'm not sure how much colder it's going to feel out there. Once I get out there, I'm hoping the fog that's on the water will feel warmer than the air out of the water. It's pretty calm right now. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit warmer of a day today than I've dealt with the last couple trips. So I'm going to start with a blade bait again, you know, don't fix something that's working kind of deal. And then I'll just kind of go from there. I'm thinking, you know, if I can't catch one on a blade bait, I might switch to a tailspin and try that for a little bit, and maybe some lipless cranks. Who knows? I've got a couple of weird lures in there I may try. We'll see what happens. Just gonna let the fish talk to me and tell me what they want. Well, no matter how cold it gets out here, these guys are still biting. But as you can see, he wanted it. Actually, that bass feels kind of warm through the gloves. So let me get him off here. Like I say, guys, these blade baits work really good. That's not too bad. Decent size. Definitely a keeper. Okay. Alright, got this one off of that new spinner bait I was telling you guys about a few videos ago. Let's see if I can pull it. Alright. Not a bad fish. Yep, not too shabby. They're biting pretty aggressive today, surprisingly. But the forecast says it's going to be a little on the warm side today, which is nice. That's probably going to help with everything. So, he's been up my spinner bait. Alright, so it's got a weird blade on it. I told you about this weird bend in the blade. And it's kind of like a spring. So now I kind of figured what it's for, and it's so you can feel those blades turning with these little bitty blades. These are little tiny blades. So yeah, worked pretty good. I believe this is it's another lure fan. So if you can see real closely, the paint jobs are just crazy on these things. It's got the holographic paint. Everything you would expect, you know, from a Japanese domestic bait, you know. Got these nice paint jobs. Everything is just more refined than American baits. Guess I gotta unbend what he bent. But yeah, it's a little tiny thing too, and I had a little 2.8 Keitech on it, and so far it's doing pretty good. Alright, so I just put another Keitech on the back of it, and that's what it looks like. It looks nice. Looks real good. I like these thread fin in the water here. But man, it's a very refined bait. Water is super clear right now. So the plan I'm going with today on these spinner baits, the blade bait, I'm going to hit everything really deep with it. Now these spinner baits, they're small enough to be kind of like an underspin, so I think there's a little ripple on the water, which is nice, and I'm kind of using them like, you know, in place of an underspin. What I'm doing is I'm hitting this wood, this hardcover that's heating up in the sun, so these fish will stay up real close to it. You got to throw it in in these little places that you can get that's really hard to throw into. So I'm kind of using a really light setup to get in there. So what I'm using here is an Extreme Angler Series. It's a medium action rod. I think it's like a 610. It's just something, you know, you use for top water, but you can use it for these too since it's so light. That's the thinking behind the lure. We'll see if I've made a pattern out of it. Alright, got another one. Same thing on that lure fan spinner bait. It's a lot of fun. I think I found a pattern. They're all in the laydowns, trying to get warm on those logs. Let's see if we can catch some more. secondary points. Pretty decent. Kind of catching these cookie cutter 2.5, 3 pounders today. It's still fun. Yeah, that spinner bait is working pretty good in the very ends of the laydowns. So what I've noticed is early this morning they were kind of up on the bank, and now they're at the very ends of the laydowns now. So it's becoming a pattern. I'm hoping I can get into some of the bigger ones today, but I'll take them. Same thing, same bait. Little guy's got to eat too. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it a day. We got a little bit of a warming trend here for the last couple days. And what I figured today was later on in the day, I was catching these bass in the laydowns. So basically what they were doing with this warm sun coming up, and we had a really cold morning this morning. They were just trying to warm up on the wood. Basically, I didn't find them in the rock or anywhere else, just lay down. So that was a pretty good pattern. Anyways, I caught them on this little guy right here. So basically, you put a little 2.8 Keitech on it as a trailer, and man, I killed them. I did good on that. I do have to say that was a good lure. I'm still putting some of these newer lures in their paces right now. Early this morning, I did really good, and normally lately in the first 10 casts I will catch them on these things. So got them on the blade bait this morning, and that's another lure fans. X60, I think. Yeah, X60. Good paint job. You can see a flash on it. It's just a good price, man. There's a good price point on these quality baits. I think many of you people would probably enjoy the the inflation break on these things. So anyways, I didn't even break out the didn't even go with the jerk bait today because I didn't see anything suspending. Most of everything was either up against an object like wood, or it was directly on the bottom, which was good. So I had nothing suspending today. But this morning was so cold, man, I forgot to bring my jacket. We had like 35 degrees this morning. Last week was 28, but the 35 degrees this morning felt colder for some reason. But luckily I had one of these really good sweatshirts from AFCO. So you might want to try these out if you ever get a chance, man. They're awesome. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed everything. The lake report today was good. Here at the end of November, a little bit of a warming trend. So if you guys ever get out on the water right now, make sure you try out the laydowns. Any kind of wood sticking up anywhere, I mean, they're on them. Other than that, that's about the only place I found them. But that kind of pattern happened right as the sun came up. So before that pattern started to change, when it was dark, before the sun hit the water, they were on the bottom. So that's why I had the blade bait. So if you guys just need advice on what patterns to go with, some of yous are good enough to do your own, and some of yous might want to just try somebody else's patterns. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time.